A few days ago, I visited Barbeque Nation. Sitting at the table, I was wondering, how do they actually make money? Because the food is so amazing, the variety is so vast, and all unlimited. No matter how much you eat, the price remains fixed. As I pondered this, I checked online and found out that the stock price has plummeted by 88% from its peak, hitting an all-time low. We finished our meal and left, but the thought stayed with me. When I started researching, what emerged was not just about one falling stock, but about a declining empire that once ruled India's dining space. Barbeque Nation is a brand that introduced us to the live grilling experience right at the table. Today, that same brand is facing its biggest crisis. Let's dive deeper into Barbeque Nation's journey from success to struggle. It all started in 2006 at famous Sayaji Hotel in Indore, where hundreds visited daily. But during winter, one complaint kept recurring. The kebabs were amazing but got cold by the time they reached the table. Initially, no one paid much attention to this, but the restaurant manager, Prasanjit Chaudhary, took it seriously. He thought, why not cook the food right at the table to ensure it stays hot? This idea gave birth to a concept that forever changed India's restaurant culture. Prasanjit presented this idea to the hotel owner Sajid Dhanani, suggesting a small live grill setup at each table with charcoal, allowing customers to grill their own food. Sajid found the idea promising and quickly set up a live grill counter in the hotel for testing. The customer response was overwhelming. They loved the experience so much that they returned not just for the food but for the experience itself. Seeing this, Sajid realized this was not just a small innovation but a full business model. A few months later, they decided to launch the first Barbeque Nation outlet in Mumbai's upscale Pali Hill area. It was a big risk. The rent was high and customers were very selective, but they took it anyway. The outlet's price was just rupees 450 per person, affordable for that time. People who came once returned with their friends and families. Barbeque Nation understood early that Indian customers connect not just with food, but with the experience. However, success wasn't easy. It was a capital-intensive model. Opening a single outlet cost around 3 crore plus. New cities meant new teams, kitchen setups, live grills, trained chefs, and supplier partnerships, demanding effort as well as massive investment. The biggest challenge was convincing people that grilling their own food was fun, not a burden. Specially trained staff warmly welcomed guests and guided them step by step through grilling. Customer interaction became part of the brand's DNA. By 2010, Barbeque Nation has opened 20 plus outlets in Delhi, Bengaluru, Hyderabad, and other cities. Initially, the focus was on metros where customers were adventurous and had higher spending power. Rupees 600 to 700 per meal was seen as a worthy experience. Word of mouth helped the brand grow rapidly. In 2013, private equity firm CX Partners invested rupees 110 crores in Barbeque Nation. But tragedy struck when founder Sajid Dhanani suddenly passed away. He was the visionary behind the brand foundation, and his loss was a huge blow to the company and its employees. At that time, his younger brother Qayyum Dhanani took over and steered the company forward. So, why did Barbeque Nation become so popular in India? The secret was over-the-table barbecue concept. While others restaurants served cooked food, Barbeque Nation gave customers the choice to cook their own food at the table on a live grill. This concept was perfect for Indian customers for one reason, that is emotional connection with the food. Another major attraction was the unlimited buffet at fixed price. Imagine in 2015, the per person price was just rupees 699, and for that you got starters, grills, salads, chaat, main course, desserts, and live kulfis. But how did Barbeque Nation sustain profits while offering so much unlimited food? The secret lay not just in variety but in scientific menu engineering based on customer behavior. People want to try everything but have limited stomach capacity. Barbeque Nation designed its buffet in a sequence that the starters, that is grilled pineapples, paneer tikka, veg and non-veg kebabs, come first. which were at a low cost but very delicious, encouraging repeated orders. Salads and chaat comes second, which filled people quickly. And by the time customers reached the costly main courses like biryani or chicken curry, 80% of customers were already full. Dessert like kulfi were carefully controlled in portion size and flavor to keep costs down. Another key was footfall and table turnover. Though margins were thin, volume brought profits. Each table turned over 1.8 to 2 times daily, well above the industry average of 1.3. Waiters were specially trained to serve fast, rotate orders smartly, and manage crowd efficiently. Beverages like mocktail and add-ons, which had higher margins, were separately charged, helping profitability. Barbeque Nation also realized growth meant moving beyond metros. Rent in cities like Jaipur or Lucknow was far cheaper than mega cities like Mumbai or Delhi. Plus, the novelty of experience attracted excitement for festivals, special occasions, and monthly family outings. Birthday celebration became a special USP. Lights dimmed, staff clapped and sang, and complimentary cakes offered. Customers shared these moments on social media, giving Barbeque Nation free marketing. With 160 plus outlets across India, the logical next step was an IPO. However, success soon saw hurdles. The biggest blow was COVID-19 in 2020. With lockdowns, dining out stopped, which kills Barbeque Nation's dining experience, driven by live grill and social celebrations. Other restaurants shifted quickly to delivery and takeaway. Barbeque Nation tried barbecue in a box, but it couldn't generate enough revenue to offset losses. In 2021, as conditions improved, Barbeque Nation launched its IPO at Rs 500 per share during the easing of the second COVID wave. The IPO was 6 times oversubscribed and prices surged to 1950, nearly a 290% jump. But by early 2022, market sentiments changed. Investors moved away from heavy operational cost businesses and prices slid back near 500. Since 2019, the company did grow revenue but far slower than its rapid outlet expansion. Overexpansion was a major mistake. They planned to open 300 outlets but never hit that number. Some locations suffered low footfall, rents were high, and operational issues surfaced. They also tried international expansion with 9 outlets in foreign countries, but overseas growth was capital intensive and risky. The rapid expansion piled on over Rs 750 crore debt as on March 2025. Two other big challenges worsened the situation were rising food cost and rents. In 22-23, inflation peaked, impacting raw material cost, electricity, salaries, and maintenance. Yet Barbeque Nation couldn't raise buffet prices freely. Their core audience was middle-class families hurt by inflation. Meanwhile, rent agreements in malls and prime locations had to be paid regardless of revenue. This forced closure, layoffs, and cost cutting. Another downfall was the rise of quick service restaurants like McD, Domino's, and Burger King. QSRs offered speed and convenience, operating with small outlets and minimal staff serving thousands daily, mostly delivery or takeaways. Barbeque Nation's model was heavy on space, staff, and long 2-hour dining experience, unsuitable for today's fast-paced customers like working couples or college students. Today, Barbeque Nation stock trades around 230 rupees, down roughly 88% from its all-time high, highlighting not just a share price fall but fundamental question about the model. So, is this the end of Barbeque Nation? The answer is not that simple. But clearly the traditional buffet system is no longer the way it was 10 years ago. What do you think? Can Barbeque Nation bounce back? Share your thoughts in the comments. That's all for today. If you like this video, do like, share, and subscribe for more such videos.